guys, and welcome back to the Hot Tea channel where we spill tea left, right, and everywhere in between. As you can tell, I am not your regular host Ray, but I have been entrusted again to run you guys through today's video in which we are talking about Austin McBroom's messy upcoming fight situation, Hailey Bieber continuing to use another brand's name, and Tana Mongeau's plans for the future. No time to waste, let's get into it and spill some tea. As you know, the Ace Fest happened recently, and we did a full video on that, so I won't go into it too much here, but you can check that out afterwards to catch up if you like. But in between promoting tickets for that festival, Austin had also pushed out a lot of promo for this upcoming fight he had with Gib. He even uploaded a video to YouTube titled Why I Need to Win, where he showcases his lifestyle being a father who provides, along with a fighter that is training. It's basically a Social Gloves promo video with Austin flexing his strength both physically and financially, complete with private chef, new car, and pool. But in amongst this braggy video, Austin lets slip that him and Catherine might be adding some more family members to the mix.
Wait, total 7 seats you said?
7 seats. This is an extended version.
Yeah, I need this because we're getting ready to have more kids, so.
I mean, this could also clearly just be a joke, but who knows. Austin makes an appearance on stage at one point, again, to promote the upcoming fight, but it turns out that this fight might not be moving forward after all. He shared another video this week saying that he is frustrated and has been working so hard in preparation for this, but now it might all be postponed for reasons that he says he will be leaving up to Gib to share with us. He does mention as well that if Gib doesn't make a video explaining, then Austin will.
I don't know how to feel right now. I'm sad, pissed off. All I could really say is that it has nothing to do with me or Social Gloves.
Well, luckily for Gib and for us, he has made a video about what is going on, and here's what he had to say.
I'm fight ready. I'm primed to fight this individual. But unfortunately, I've been told that I have to do more medicals for this to be sanctioned as a pro fight out in LA. Social Gloves have informed me that the fight is not cancelled, it is postponed.
Gib says that he'll be flying to LA to do these tests and that this isn't over. Although Austin said that this was nothing to do with him or Social Gloves, Gib mentions that it was Social Gloves that told him this information. So because that confused me and seemed that one or the other might not be being fully upfront, I had a little research session, and from what I could tell, it seems that the state or possibly a judge has to sanction the fight as professional. Now with Social Gloves being the ones who told Gib this information, that could just mean that this is what the state is telling them, thus would make sense as to why Austin says it has nothing to do with him. It kind of seems like a paperwork issue, possibly? I'll be fully honest here, I did my best to research that, but I'm not 100% certain, so I would actually love to hear from any fighters or fight fans in the comment section. If you could explain this, that would be great. So while Gib is off doing these tests or whatever he needs to get all that sorted, Austin has also mentioned that he might have to find a replacement for the July 30th fight. He said verbatim that the team wants him to move forward with the event. Well, while on the topic of the team, they seem to have also been DMing other fighters in the sphere, including Nick Ireland, who spilled some tea on the situation himself.
The official Instagram account of Social Gloves saying this: Hey Nick, are you interested in fighting on our July 30th card at Crypto Arena? And I said, possibly. What's the offer, and do you have an opponent? Not sure what the offer is yet. Have to talk with the team. Just wanted to see if you were interested, and your opponent would be Ryan Johnston.
If you don't know who Ryan Johnson is, it's actually Catherine's brother.
They came back to me and told me this: talked with the team, and the budget is really tight. The card is already set, but if money isn't your motivation, then we might be able to work something out. Not saying you would fight for free, but the budget is low. What's the lowest you would get in the ring for?
Nick asks them to make an offer, and Social Gloves then asks for a contact number, seemingly to take this conversation to a phone call, but evidently they did not end up calling or texting him. Anyways, Social Gloves eventually tells him that the budget is maxed out, but Ryan Johnston wants to get in the ring with him, so it's kinda seeming like they are leaning in the direction of wanting him to fight for free. Nick doesn't pursue this any further after that little exchange in the DMs apparently, but regardless of his interest in fighting for free or not, Social Gloves went ahead and posted a picture to Instagram using Nick's picture, teasing that he was a potential matchup for Ryan Johnston.
They posted me along with a couple other potential matchups, and this is the picture that they posted. It says Ryan Johnston versus Nick Ireland, Saturday, July 30th. Looks like official and whatever. And then the caption on that is, which potential matchup would you want to see most?
Who's running this marketing team? Who approved this without knowing for sure? Did they just think, well, we are kind of talking to him about it, so technically he is a potential? It seems since then that Social Gloves realized that that was ridiculous and the post has been removed.
Social Gloves, aka Austin McBroom, he couldn't afford to pay his fighters in Social Gloves 1, and it doesn't sound like he's gonna be able to pay his fighters in Social Gloves 2.
While I don't think that Social Gloves should be cancelled or whatever, or that Austin should just give up on this kind of business venture that he's in, I do think that it's a bit strange to have all of these allegations and all of these supposed unpaid fighters and whatnot and just completely not address it and continue to throw events, just acting like nothing has happened. No one's wishing for their downfall here. I mean, I'm not personally anyways, but it just builds distrust and kind of makes everyone question everything that the Ace Fam, Austin McBroom, Social Gloves, whatever, do in the future. So just like Nick Ireland here, while they aren't offering any money up front or even giving, a number to go off, he's very apprehensive about even working with them because of the track record that they've acquired. Maybe he would be a bit more interested in even considering this if there wasn't all of this shite from the past. Who knows who is fully behind those messages to Nick Ireland, as it probably isn't Austin, but then again, I guess it could be, right? Since that though, Austin shared another update about the Gibb situation, saying that the fight date is now postponed until September, and he hopes that Gibb will be clear to fight by then.
Gibb has made it out to LA. He has to go through more medical exams, unfortunately. If he is unable to pass his medical exams, I have no choice other than to find a new opponent. If anyone's up for the challenge, hit me up.
After a quick scroll through the comments on Austin's post, it seems like a lot of his followers are saying to have a rematch with Bryce Hall, and a few others are actually suggesting that Jake Paul be the replacement. What do you guys think about that? Who would you rather see? I feel like we've already seen him and Bryce Hall fight, so maybe it would be interesting to see him and Jake Paul get in the ring together. Well, I guess only time will tell what's going to happen with this situation. In some other news, we talked a little while back about how Hailey Bieber launched her skincare brand called Rhode and was facing a possible lawsuit from an NYC-based clothing company of the same name. That's Rhode also. They're both called Rhode. The clothing company, which has been in business for about 9 years, claimed that the use of the name Rhode for Hailey's brand would cause confusion, and apparently when Hailey's team initially reached out to the clothing company for the name, they declined. So cut to today, where there is now some new information on this, and apparently Hailey Bieber has got herself the first win in this case. Rhode, the skincare line, created a behind-the-scenes style documentary called The Making of Rhode, and Rhode, the clothing company, filed a complaint in an attempt to not have this film released. They also wanted the skincare company to halt on using the name at least while the trial was in process.
And I want to be a part of it from the ground up.
That one's iconic.
Right? Isn't that's the one, right?
That's the one.
It's insane. That was your first one.
I want people to step into the world of Rhode and feel included and feel like they can be a part of it.
After an emergency hearing, Hailey's team argued that there should be no conflict as Rhode Skincare is a skincare brand and Rhode Clothing, the clothing brand, is a clothing brand. And you know what? The judge was like, bet. Go ahead and release the film. I see no problem with this.
If it could be better, I was going to make it better.
It's gonna sell out. It's going crazy. Yes, it's going to sell out.
Well, according to TMZ, a Rhode spokesperson, that's the clothing line Rhode, said, "Our lawsuit continues. The court ruling is simply a decision by the judge not to prohibit Hailey Bieber's skincare line from using our brand name while litigation proceeds, deferring the ruling until we have the opportunity to gather more evidence. It is exceedingly rare for a judge to issue the preliminary order we sought, and so we expected this outcome. We remain confident that we will win at trial." They continue that Rhode is a name that they have built up over the years, and there are federal and state laws that protect them against this. They also say that Hailey Bieber should consider achieving her goals without using the name that they have spent the last 9 years building.
I feel the most passionate about creating this brand, and it's because it is actually something that from start to finish has had my hand in it. I get to give a piece of myself to people and to the world.
So from all of that, basically what's happening is Rhode Clothes wanted to get Hailey to pause the use of the name until the trial went underway. The judge said no, and now we all have to just wait until the trial. But Hailey can move forward and do business with the name Rhode until then. What's your guys' thoughts on this? Because I kind of feel bad for the smaller company. Rhode, the clothing company, that is. Because of course, a business started by a big name celeb is going to get attention on a much bigger scale and a lot faster faster than a small business doing it on their own. So it sucks to see that they spent 9 years putting together this brand name and everything, just for Hailey to kind of stroll in and use it regardless of it already existing. I would like to see this evidence that the Road clothing company lawyer has put together to present, but the way it seems is that there's a clear-cut case of trademark infringement. But for the judge to make the call that Hailey can use the name and launch the documentary makes me wonder if there's something we are missing from this whole thing. Plus, how bold would it be if Hailey and her team just started this company knowing that the name was someone else's? Like, that's so bold. It makes me think that someone couldn't possibly do that, but we shall see. On to some Tana news. After our recent coverage of her hanging out with her ex Chris Miles while all of her friends ran off to Vegas, Tana went on TMC Verified and was asked what her goals are for 5 years' time.
I just want to be fucking happy and I want to be true to myself. Because I'm already kind of living my dream life in a way. Like, I feel like I have all the people I love around me, people I trust. I'm working on the things I want to do. Obviously, like, from where I've grown up, I wake up and I look at this view every day and I'm like, how the fuck did I get here?
It is certainly an achievement to be 24 and already basically living your perfect life. But I'm guessing the parties and certain aspects of that social life will eventually get old.
Other than what I have, I mean, in 5 years, shit, I hope I'm like married or have like maybe a kid or some shit, right?
I wonder what Tana would be like as a mum.
Why would you give a baby Hennessy? Babies eat fruits and vegetables, healthy things.
I try to stay away from kids.
She was ahead of schedule at one point with her short marriage to Jake Paul anyways. But that is actually going to be it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and putting up with my voice. No worries, Ray will be back soon. Don't forget to subscribe to the Hot Tea channel, leave this video a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new uploads. Here's a bit of, different eye bleach for you today. Here's Trisha literally being a menace. Just a menace.
This is like the 6th one I've gone to, and the line is crowded, so we're looking good. I don't know what to tell you. This truck is honking, but there's like a lot. I literally don't know what to do. I'm going through the drive-thru.
You can block the street.
Okay, I don't know what else you want me to do. I'm going through the drive-thru. I already circled around. Okay, I'm gonna try. She's going to the hospital. Well,
Here's some actual eye bleach. I didn't have the heart to just leave Trisha as the last thing that you saw here. So here you go. Okay, bye.